disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hands of the elders, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and he must be killed on the third day, be raised to life. And Peter took him aside and said, "Never, Lord, this shall never happen to you." And Jesus looked at Peter and simply said, "Get behind me, Satan. You're now a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the things of God, but the things of men. If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will find it. What good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man is going to come in his Father's glory with his angels, and then he will reward each person according to what he has done. I tell you the truth. Some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." The word from the Lord in the house of the Lord. That last line always puzzles me. I've been to classes and they don't tell me how it's supposed to come out always. That those around him would see his glory before they died. And that was 2,000 years ago. But what we look for, what we always look for is the obvious. We don't want to look for all the hidden meanings, all of the hidden things, all of the subtle things in our lives. Ellen had 60 days of getting shot up with good stuff, we hope. And we think about what a trial it was, and yet she's here with us. And what a joy it is. You see, we don't always look at things of that size as the glory of the Lord. It's like miracles. Miracles are supposed to be huge things that nobody can miss. But boy, I'll tell you, a sunset on a day with the right amount of clouds is pretty miraculous. And it's given every day. So the glory of God isn't wonders, huge, ceremonial kinds of things. The wonder of God is that there's love between people every day. And so when Jesus said to his disciples around him, "I have to go die for you." And Peter said, "Don't talk that way. I don't want to hear about that." Now we're getting to the point where we start talking about things, the final things. I'm going Friday to lunch with a bunch of old people. I graduated from high school with them 65 years ago. They got to be old by now. Unless they live, as I do, where the fountain of youth is. But that we have cared for each other for 65 years, well, enough to drive halfway across the country just to have lunch. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's the glory of God. That's what we miss so often, is that subtle thing in our life that makes getting up in the morning worthwhile. That makes saying hello to somebody who's special to you, or smiling at a total stranger. That's what the glory of God is about. Oh, there may be the avenging angels that come with Jesus at some point, and I'll probably miss it because I'll be watching the sunset. Because that's, to me, where the glory of God is exemplified. I get up early in the morning, so most mornings I see the sunrise. It ain't near as pretty as the sunset. And it reminds me, it's going to get hotter. And I'm going to go and miss a golf shot. See, morning brings me the promise of disappointment. And then I'm disappointed because that promise doesn't come. So it works out for me. But what I know is that at the end of the day, there is a renewal. At the end of the day, there is a replenishment of spirit. At the end of the day, there's a resting of the body. So that, yeah, if the sunrise brings disappointment, we can live with it. If the sunrise brings less than ideal, we can handle it. Because we understand that the glory of the Lord is not about things. The glory of the Lord is not about excitement. The glory of the Lord is not about explosions. The glory of the Lord is about your heart and how you feel. Yeah, if you like that sunrise more than I like the sunset, that's okay. Because God comes to each of us in a different package, in a different manner, in a different time. Because He's walking with me in my journey. And you don't have to be where I am. Because He'll walk with you wherever you are. So the amazing thing about the glory of God is that while it sounds humongous, it's a tiny thing. Some of the desert plants have the tiniest, most perfect little flowers. And we miss them because we go by them at 65 miles an hour in the 45-mile-an-hour zone. And that's not what God calls us to do. He calls us to look around for His wonders, look around for His glory, look around for the promises that He's made to us. Yeah, He sent Moses to free the children of Israel from the Pharaoh. That was the glory of God. And it wasn't the one that Jesus promised, because He came along later. But all through the Bible, there are the stories of the wonders of God. The pillar of sand in the desert that stopped the Pharaoh's armies, the parting of the Red Sea. All those wondrous things are far more than we can expect to see. But they are no more the glory of God than your smile for someone else. For someone, maybe a stranger, who needs you. Desperately needs you. Because things haven't gone real well for them either that day. So, He made that promise. And I'll bet there were a lot of people in the crowd who missed the wonder and the glory of God. Just as there are some of us here this morning who will continue to look for the event, the happening, the big deal, instead of the little flower in the middle of the desert. But know that the wonders and the love of God are equal in the humongous, stupendous, big deals as they are in the tiny flower in the desert. I love when we have rain in the spring and the cactus bean. Color where there was drab. That's the wonder of God. Color in your life at a time when there just doesn't seem to be anything to be excited about. And then something will jab you, poke you, lift you up, and you'll see in your hearts the wonder of God. He said to Moses, tell them, I am. He still is, I am. Moses said, who am I to tell them all these wonderful things because I'm just me? Well, every one of you is just me. But every one of you has the opportunity and the voice and the talent and the courage to do it, to change a life, to touch a life, to bring to someone the glory of God, just by saying, good morning, just by saying, I love you, just by saying, ain't God great? Ain't God great?